been a while since I posted a video. Kind of been just taking a break from it, just fishing. Filming fishing is pretty hard to get good video unless you have a designated cameraman, which is hard to come by when you're fishing. But it's July 18th, so I'm heading out to hang some cameras. I'm doing it a bit earlier than I like. I think people get a little too gung-ho and get out there too early and already are getting their scent out there in mid-July, which is a huge mistake. So I couldn't take any more e-tars this past weekend, and shooting the bow so much lately that I gotta get these cameras out and start scouting here. So I'll be hanging 5 cameras today, and I'm probably letting them soak till September probably. I'm gonna try not to check them. That's my rule, is stay out of your spots as much as possible, but sometimes it gets hard and you get antsy. So heading into the spot to hang the first camera, and hopefully there's some acorns this year, because I'm heading to a couple oak trees where I had some real good luck last year. Where I did a majority of my hunting last year is actually where this spot is. So I'm going to share my tips and tricks and show you where I'm hanging my cameras and why I'm hanging them there. So stay tuned. It should be a good video and you should learn a lot. That's something we didn't have last year. Hickory nuts. Number 1 food source I look for hunting squirrels. Well, that last spot there, I didn't take too much video of the layout and stuff, because it's a pretty pressured area, and I didn't want people knowing exactly where I was, because people would probably figure it out. But to explain it, in the video you can hear the interstate. I'm about 60 yards off the interstate, and about 20 yards from 3 big oak trees. I couldn't tell if they have acorns or not, yet the acorns are still so small. And then I'm on that steep side pine hill, and behind me on the camera there's about a 3-acre bedding area. So they're coming out of that bedding area, going through those pines as almost like a transition area, especially with those acorns there. Last year I saw deer feeding on those acorns from the first week of the season the whole way through mid-November. They were still eating acorns there, so it was pretty impressive. Hopefully it's like that again this year. But great spot, great transition, and the deer just travel through there. Those dark pines, those mature bucks like the darker areas better, and those pines are, if you ever hunted pines, you know it's usually pretty shady and dark in there. Usually gets dark in there about 10 to 15 minutes before you'd have to leave a field or something like that. So that's where those bucks are going to be hanging out, and that's a great spot. I've seen lots of bucks there, and hopefully it produces again. But I'm about to hang second and third camera at this spot, so see you out there. Well, I get to my tree stand. Probably doesn't look too steep in the video, but it's a real steep side hill. It's actually just a little bench right here, and they travel this bench really nice, because on the other side, down over the bench is straight down, and up behind me here, there's the top up there. But this side, real steep side with this it's not even a big bench, maybe 20 yards of actual, what would you consider a seat. And they travel right in the crease of it. I got my 10 point here with my reader there a few years years ago, but I got a freaking camera here still, so I'll swap it out, and I guess we'll check it. So maybe we'll get something good. Well, I got this camera set up here, and a little tip if you didn't know it, but put sticks at the top of the camera if you need to angle it down. As you can see, I'm on this side hill here, so I got to angle it down pretty steep to make sure I cover the whole way down. For as far as the camera goes, they're just cheap Tascos, but they work great. $28 if you're gonna get a trail camera, 28 bucks, and I never had a problem with them yet. And if they do, they're 28 bucks, buy a new one. But I put it on video mode, and I'll be back in about a month and a half, and probably put a probably make a scrape limb right here somewhere. But I did check the card, and I had one little buck chasing a doe on January 2nd, and a few does, but pretty neat though. Still that late in the year and they're still chasing them, which is awesome. But heading the other side of the mountain now, I guess you could say. I consider these mountains. And I'm heading to the other side, clear to the bottom, so see you there in 1 second, but for me it'd be about half an hour. Look at this right here. Another super steep side hill. I mean, that's like, if you did a straight line across, it'd be about 50 yards. But from the top to the bottom, it's 250. Right here. 2 deer trails that come down. My buck, the 7-point I got in rifle last year, took this trail right here. As you can see right here, I'm on the point. I'm right here on a real steep point. And the point goes right down to the bottom. And there's a pond down, there's a beaver dam. So this literally, and then I'm on public co-op land. But right there, that's public land. And up behind me is ag fields about a quarter mile. And it's just a magnificent funnel in the rut coming off the public. This public's just nothing but hard oak, just full of feed. And then down there's a pine bottom with the swamp between that beaver dam. And then these hard trails are so easy to pick out on steep side hills. And these deer use these side hills because they can run off them so fast and get away. So I was here shed hunting this spring, and there's a scrape line right in the bottom of this lower trail. I'm gonna go hang a camera right on a scrape. Well, it is August 29th now, so it's been about a month since I hung my calves, and I'm finally checking them, and of course I'm checking them in the rain because right there is free scent killer. So I'm heading in midday. Hopefully I don't spook anything bedded down by my spots, but probably will. Nothing to really do about it. But I'm gonna head in and wait till this rain slows up a little bit, and then head in with some rain and should wash my scent away real good and should be pretty undetected, and I'll probably check it maybe one more time before the start of the season if I get a good rainy day like this.